Veins, head, pressure, senses, clutched, date, divinity, wouldn't, fuck, touched, hazy, God, change, rush, floor, life. From a head full of pressure, restless senses that I clutched. Made a date with divinity, but she wouldn't let me fuck. I got touched by a hazy shade of God, helped me change. Caught a rush on the floor from the life in my veins. From a head full of pressure, restless senses that I clutched. Made a date with divinity, but she wouldn't let me fuck. I got touched by a hazy shade of God, helped me change. Caught a rush on the floor from the life in my veins. It goes 1 for the cannabis, and 2 for your Dianetics, 3 for the reasoning, and 4 for those that try to get 5 for your love, and 6 for the stress, and 7 for the day that I climbed into this mess. From a head full of restless that I made a date with divinity, but she wouldn't let me fuck. And I got touched by a hazy shade of God, helped me change, and caught a rush on the floor from the light in my veins. I'm catching ulcers from the childproof lighters and all of these fine-tooth fighters that keep the wires in my head tighter. I'm tired out by the distances achieved, walking in my sleep. Thoughts got shifted, this is the high, got a tad too deep, past dad to keep cool. I call them back as soon as I resume normal and get out of this bathroom. And call management to seek some reimbursement for the nerve endings that burnt from the first hits. From a head full of pressure, as the senses that I clutched. Made a date with divinity, but she wouldn't let me fuck. I got touched by a hazy shade of God, helped me change. Caught a rush on the floor from the life in my veins. Head full of pressure, as the senses that I clutched. Made a date with divinity, but she wouldn't let me fuck. And I got touched by a hazy shade of God, helped me change. Caught a rush on the floor from the life in my veins. So fuck needles, fuck smoke, fuck lines that make the sinus choke. Fuck chases, trails, fuck waves and rails. Fuck hangovers, fuck hallucinations, regurgitations, mandatory sentences, anguate, trace, and blind my insight and dull the common sense. Give me inhibition, kill the superstition and the confidence. Built a tolerance, now it's more that I consume, and when it pours up my room, the world's whores will croon in unison. Unify the eulogy. Autopsy pages read euthanasia, i.e. irony. Well, here I be, within a pool of my drool, sedated, windows dilated, comatose, life overdose. Tell Jacob Miles to keep the wild style. I promise I'll smile and check the floor, God's got nice tile. Tell Jacob Miles to keep that shit wild style, and I'll smile and check the floor, God's got nice tile. From my head full of pressure, as the senses that I clutched. Made a date with divinity, but she wouldn't let me fuck. And I got touched by a hazy shade of God, helped me change. Caught a rush on the floor from the life in my veins. From a head full of pressure, as the sense that I clutched. I made a date with divinity, but she wouldn't let me fuck. And I got touched by a hazy shade of God, helped me change. And caught a rush on the floor from the life in my veins. Head, pressure, senses, clutch, date, divinity, wouldn't, fuck, touched, hazy, God, change, rush, floor, life. This world ain't a wasteland, just tastes that way sometimes. Depends on the angle, on how you read your lines. For every brick we've stacked and come together to build, there's a sick little crack in this foundation still. Humans, I can't accept them, trying to understand what fuels them and their essence. I'm looking for some leverage, catch up, trying to catch me. Curse it, depress it, here to make you happy. Hey daddy, tell me why the clown is crying. Well son, he's got the task of cheering up the ill and dying. On top of that, everybody thinks he's insane. Can't fathom why he'd wanna ease their pain. Walking through this maze made of concrete walls. When you're not allowed to climb, there's no way to possibly fall. When your hands are restricted to hold nothing but self, how can you get a grip? How can you pick up what you dealt? The clown stays sad, the ground stays hard. With a couple pounds of migraine, a pocket full of scars, but the face stays painted on for everyone to gaze upon. Continuing the bad dream till he wakes up gone. One for a walk, help him if you always stood. Would for a walk, help him if you always stood. Would for a walk, help him if you always stood. Would for a walk, but always stood. Do they see me? Do they know that I exist? I know they do, I can tell by the way they wave their fists. Weirdo, freak, words of endearment ring in my ears and cling onto my tears. My purpose on this earth was to brighten the sun ray at the circus or parade, house call on a birthday. A bag of balloons, I could build you a farm, became worthless when they took away both my arms. Snake charms, magic tricks, the world is flat and the traffic is thick. Got my back to the wind as I watch the inhabitants. Every thought I come across is bigger than this planet is. I used to be a normal person, but I held a hunger to experience it firsthand. I wanted to turn every frown upside down. Somehow my feet separated from the ground. And the clown stays sad, the people stay lost. No, the people are sad. We lost the clown, but the face stays painted on. Everyone to gaze upon, and it'll stay that way until the break of dawn. So throw your hands in the air. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't. You're wearing a straitjacket.